Hello everyone, welcome to Beasnael. We Are Not the Same. Wow, what a beautiful week. It is Nurses Week, Teachers Week, Cinco de Mayo, and Mother's Day coming up. What would you do if I told you about some of the little tips in health that you could do to make your life better? Another one on this rock, proving that we are not the same. This is the Wake Up episode.
I'm here at the gym with one of my good friends, Bruno. Bruno, what are we working on this morning?
Today we're doing shoulders. We just finished warming up, doing little stretches. Now we're going to work out our shoulders this morning.
So y'all, I've got my weights, okay? Do not make fun of me. Bruno, let's see your weight. Hey! Let's go. We're working out.
You know what was one of the things that helped me a lot was when I first decided to change my life and working out.
Right.
I spent hours and hours at the gym and I wasn't getting any results. And it's because I was like stressed out, or I had a lot of anxiety or just things like that. So I had to learn that a big part of incorporating this kind of life was keeping your mind right.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people don't like to talk about mental health and that they're going through stuff, but what I did in the beginning, I went and I got therapy, you know, because I needed to make sure that I was okay, because you know, people go through a lot of stuff and they feel like they can handle it, and what they end up doing is suppressing it, and then it bleeds into your life, and without knowing, you're like all over the place, and you're like losing your mind, and you don't know why you're like going through all these problems. So what I did in the beginning was I went and got therapy. I learned to meditate, and then I realized that being at the gym was an outlet for me. It allowed me to decompress and let go of all the stuff that was going on in my day. And then at the end of my workout, I stretch and I breathe and I meditate, and then leaving the gym, you know, just felt so good.
No, I love that you say this, because a lot of people forget to talk about mental health, you know? And in the cultures that we have, you know, it's do not talk about it. That's just how they are. But at the end of the day, what I'm finding out is that if you're not healthy, I don't want to miss my steps here. If you're not, your mind is not in the right place, everything falls apart.
It's absolutely. That's what I was trying to tell everyone. Like, before you go into the gym and you want to hit it hard, you gotta be like, okay, you gotta be in the right mental space, because the kind of stuff that you're gonna about to enter a hard workout, and you're about to change the way you eat, and a lot of people use eating as a mechanism to like for stress, you know? So you have to figure out what it is that you want to do and where you are mentally, because a lot of us are going through stuff and we don't even realize it. Like we're at work and we're stressed out at work, and then we say at 5 o'clock when I get off work, I leave work behind. But we carry that with us, and then that bleeds into our life, and then we're angry, and then we're yelling at people, and that's a nightmare. You don't want to live your life that way.
You're so right. You know, the thing that actually spoke to me when you talk about mental health was that suppression is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. But also acceptance, and just knowing that, you know, sometimes you're in the wrong place. When you admit to that, then all doors start to open. But life is simple. Life is so simple from what I understand. And we tend to complicate it. But have a support group, right?
Yeah.
A support group are people that are doing some of the things you like. And what else? What else?
There's nothing wrong with admitting that you need help.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to talk to people.
Wait, it is healthy.
It is a lot healthier, yeah.
You need
I
help.
love to be
need help.
I love to be able to talk to someone about the things that are going on, because then you realize that you're not the only one.
That's right.
Everybody on this planet, nobody's perfect. Everybody's going through stuff. But a lot of the reasons why, especially in our culture, we don't like to admit that we have mental problems. We don't like to admit that we're sick.
Yeah.
And we don't like to admit that we need help.
Yeah. We
And
say
that's
our
why-
culture.
Yeah.
I have to interrupt because
Very
he's
similar.
Latino and I'm Africana, okay?
So in our culture, they tell us that, everything is not as complicated as you think. You don't need a doctor. You don't need this. It's all in your head. And that's just not true. It's not true. You carry a lot of stuff, a lot of family stuff, a lot of work stuff, a lot of financial stuff, and you have to find a way to be able to work through those things.
And it's okay to say no.
Yes.
I know in my life I have a tendency to do too much, but if you can't do it, just say no.
I don't. Hey, listen. I have no. In the beginning, I was a yes man, but I'm at a point in my life where I want to keep my life simple. I like being healthy. I like to be able to just do whatever I want to do, and I don't like to complicate my life either. If I don't want to work, no, I don't want to work. If I don't have the money, I'm not going to lose my mind maxing out my credit cards. I'm not going to do any of that. That's it.
Well,
Okay.
Beasnael, we are not the same. I am working out. This literally hurts, y'all. This is cardio. We're doing cardio.
Well, not yet. We're about to right now. You see this plus sign right there? I need you to pump it up a little bit and let's get to work. You ready? Come on.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so the next movement we're doing is the shoulder press. And what this machine is going to help you work on is your upper part of your shoulders and underneath your arms. Because nobody likes to go out and have flabby arms when you go out. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 to 12 reps, and they're going to be slow movements, so you can feel the resistance. So you feel it when you push up and then when you bring it down. So we're going to do 10 to 12, okay?
Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. Happy Nurses Week, Happy Teachers Week, and Happy Mother's Day. So we're on to another circuit. I've got my Selena hat here, but Bruno, what are we doing? I'm gonna take this off now.
All right, so the next movement we're gonna do the rear delts.
Okay.
So what you want to do is you want to grip the handles.
Okay.
Right?
Grip the
And
handle.
we're gonna do 10 to 12 reps.
Okay.
Slow movement so you can feel the resistance. Bring it back. There you go. 1. Nice job, sis.
Okay, so the importance of working your back, pull your core.
Yes. Posture.
Posture. So
You want to be able to because you don't want to hunch over and then you want a strong core. So plus you want to look good.
You want to walk up straight like whoa, right?
Yeah, because you know what, I don't know about you, but I'm not getting any younger. So I'm trying to cheat as much as I can. So I work hard, I get up hard, I work, I eat, I sleep, I do everything I can.
Right.
But it's like we were saying earlier, I'm healthy.
I do. I actually do love
I'm
this
enjoying
machine.
it, and then, you know, 4 o'clock doesn't seem so bad anymore.
You know, Bruno, another thing you mentioned that actually hits home for me is getting regular checkups, right?
Yeah.
You said we're not getting any younger. You said you cheat, but I really think you're the wiser one. You work out, get your regular checkups, right?
Yeah.
And then the rest actually just falls
Into, because of lifestyle, you don't even think about it anymore. Because you know, like, you're living a healthier life, so all these things that you're supposed to do, they become like second nature, like breathing. So we know that we need to get help, we need to get checked, we need to eat right, we need to drink more water, we need to do this. And then plus, now that you've been doing this for a long time, you start to realize, like, you know what, I'm in the gym for 2 hours a day, every single day at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to waste it by eating something really that's not good, that's not going to be good for you. On top of that, once you start incorporating this healthy lifestyle, when you do have your cheat days, I don't know about you, but like, it doesn't like really agree with me anymore. Like yesterday, I had a steak melt yesterday. And like right now, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it because I really don't eat cheese that much. You know, I try not to get much red meat. Like maybe not once in a while, but mostly chicken and fish. So when I do have those cheat days, it's so good. But you feel it the next day. It's not part of your life anymore.
Be careful about things that feel so good just for the moment.
Just for the moment.
Okay, that's wisdom, okay? But know that, I mean, I'm like you. I love chocolate. That's, I think, my little weakness. But I do not eat a lot of things. But thank goodness, thank you God for not making me lactose tolerant.
I know.
So I don't do a lot of cheeses unless they're dry cheeses. But also, I noticed that I do a lot of like almond milk, rice milk, you know, things that usually just are mostly plant-based. So,
that's really good. That's really good. You know what I do? In the beginning, when I first started, we have so much technology. So I would use my phone. And I would now I have an iWatch now, so I use the heart monitor. I use the calorie counter. I do all of that, you know. And then I have a fitness app that tracks my calories. So I know how much fat, how much carbohydrates, how much calories I'm consuming a day. And then with the help of my watch, I know how many calories I'm burning a day. But once you started doing this for a long time, then you start to you know automatically, like, okay, I can only have carbohydrates in the morning because I have energy. So in the evening time, it's just salads and whatever. And then at 4 o'clock in the morning, I gotta get up to work out, so I gotta be in bed by 9 o'clock. So all these things become second nature to you.
That's awesome.
You know?
Well, what I noticed, and I'm grateful for that you said this, is knowledge is power. Know your numbers, know your labs, know what's going on with your body. If you're a little diabetic, check your sugar regularly. If you have high blood pressure, right, then make sure you're checking your pressure every morning and night, 3 times if you have to, just to make sure you're okay. I love the idea of using technology. The next circuit, what are we doing?
We're continuing to work out our shoulders. Today it's all about upper body and working out the shoulders. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the cables and extend the arms straight and then bring it back nice and slow. So it's all about the resistance, right?
Yes.
So when you bring it back, just bring it back nice and slow so you're still pulling. Okay? Give it a try.
I know Bruno's using more weights than I am. Honestly, this burns, baby. Yes. We are working out 4 a.m. Now Bruno does this daily, right? Daily. Me?
No.
Once, twice a week.
Better and you eat cleaner.
Right.
You have more energy.
Absolutely.
And then everything starts to change. Like, I don't know if you guys don't feel like your skin gets better when you drink more water. Like, then you're coming here, like now that we're working on at 4 o'clock in the morning.
At 4 o'clock in the morning.
You don't want to like, okay, now let's go get a burrito, you know?
No.
It's not the same anymore.
Right.
Because now you're investing, you're seeing results. Now you want to continue to eat better. You're going to live longer, you're going to feel better. You're gonna look better.
You're gonna look better.
You're gonna look better.
A lot of people ask me, what do you do? I work out. I eat most of the time the right things. I do have a sweet tooth. My dentist loves me. But to be really honest, I think with my friend Bruno here, we noticed that drinking a lot of water. Getting some sleep, y'all.
Yes.
Sleep, right?
We always try to be in bed by 9:30.
9:30.
To get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you gotta have rest. Because what people don't realize is the workout is a small part of everything.
Absolutely.
You gotta have the diet, the rest,
Yes.
and then the workout.
There you go.
Because you can't have one without the other.
It's a little sacrifice that pays off big.
But you know what? It's only a sacrifice in the beginning.
Right.
It's only a sacrifice because once you start doing it, you end up loving it. It becomes a lifestyle.
It becomes a lifestyle.
And that's what it's become for us.
I am so excited. Beasnael, we are not the same with the famous Bruno Campos. The Deltoid guy. Look at my. Okay.
10 to 12. Alright? That's 2, 3. You should be able to feel the burn a little bit.
Yeah.
You do, right?
How come I have no weight?
Huh?
How come I have no weight?
We're gonna keep putting it up. Right now we're just getting you used to the movement.
So it's very important to increase slowly the amount of weight you use. You don't start off with 100 pounds.
No.
You know, right?
Right. We always like to start off light we always start off light as a warm-up.
Okay.
And then we just keep increasing.
Beasnael, we are not the same. Workout is over. I'm happy. Tired.
Well, what did you think? Join me on another episode of Beasnael, We Are Not the Same. Next week, remember, drink your water, do your workouts, and no smoking.